I'm doing bad. I'm angry. I'm tired, and I'm I want to kick some ass.
Want to kick some ass?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't want to know who?
I am about to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So, Mr. Blakemore, are you originally from Chicago?
Zoe, please don't ask me these questions that you asked before about that.
I
Let,
have to give
let,
the introduction,
let us go to business now.
so you
Let's
don't
go.
want to do the introduction?
No, all that introduction. I came to Chicago in 1970. I came from Texas. Fort Worth, Texas. No, by way of Oklahoma City. No introduction. Let's get to the meat.
Let's get to the meeting.
The meat,
Okay.
the substance of
Okay.
this
Shh.
interview.
You
The
know, don't cry.
substance of this interview.
Okay. Okay.
I noticed the shirts. I just want to say thank you for all that you do for us
I
in the
appreciate.
community. Thank
Thank you. I appreciate that. Why is Chicago so corrupt?
A young lady came over to Zoe Leach and said, I want to thank you for all you're doing for our community. So, Zoe, it was a blessing when God sent you here. We have people who were born here, lived here, and they never have been able to move the needle like you, like Jessica, like Danielle, and like the people that's in your organization today, Bonita and all of them. You are truly a blessing to the city of Chicago. You, not 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 George Blakemore, not
No.
not not not, not Jesse Jackson, not George Tillman, not the Altamans, not Curtis, not 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 the Altamans, but you are a blessing. You're young, you're gifted, and you're black. And when I first saw you, you said, I'm coming here trying to get my mother's property that the city have stolen from me, my legacy. And I knew you wasn't lying because they, down there at the clerk, the recorder of deed, they steal people's property. They change PIN numbers and everything. They are corrupt. They are corrupt here. And I just don't understand why you keep going to the court system to try to get justice because the courts are also corrupt. The legislative branch, the judicial branch, the executive branch, and the fourth estate is supposed to be the press. And the press is not doing their job because this is fake press. So you wanted to interview me. Well, I'm I'm here to thank you. When I heard you speak, but you was particularly focusing on your mother's property. However, by you being in the struggle, you found out that it's not only your mother's property, it's the money's been spent on illegal, undocumented, and and people who've never been enslaved in America. So you came with one issue, and your good daughter, you said, I've been working with Dick Gregory. I have money. I'm coming to get my mother's property. But you didn't know how deep and corrupt this city. So in trying to get your mother's property, you found out,
Thank you, Mr. Blakemore. Your voice carries.
oh, that's a blessing. I'll be softball.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You you found out This was deeper than your mother's property. It was a culture of corruption.
A culture of corruption. I like
Yes, and it, it just didn't occur with Brandon Johnson. It just didn't occur with with uh, the
that.
new
Lori Lightfoot,
Lower Lightfoot,
Rahm Emanuel,
Ron Emanuel,
Daley,
Daley, Jane Byrne, and the others before him, and
Harold,
Sawyer.
Sawyer.
All of them. This has been a democratic cesspool for years. For years. A one-party system for years. The waste, fraud, and abuse. This is known as the most corrupt city in America. Why would you say that, Mr. Blakemore? Because of how many of our aldermen, commissioners, have been indicted, have, have been indicted. The, all the city departments, all of them, the planning and development, the fire department, the police department, building department, streets and sand, the water department, all of the departments are all corrupt.
Corrupt.
Corrupt. It is a culture of corruption. And for you to get up and target Brendan Johnson when he leaves, some more bull, S-H-I-T, will get in. And when they leave, some more will get in. This is a cesspool. We, the people of the city of Chicago, we must have a revolution. What are you advocating? A revolution? You would have to, it would be war. You would have to fight. You would have to stamp out the injustice like over in France. Marie Antoinette told the French government to feed them cake, to feed the people cake. They ended up cutting Maria Antoinette neck off. A revolution. And most times, these revolutions are bloody. What? Are bloody. The overthrow of a corrupt government. You can't vote them out. Sometimes the revolution, it has to be through blood, sweat, and tears. And the same thing with black people. Did nobody free you? You never got your 40 acres and a mule. You are still on the white man's plantation. He controls the goods, the service, the contracts, and jobs. And every time one of our leaders step up, they don't vote them out. They kill them. They killed Dr. Martin Luther King. They killed Malcolm X. They disgraced Marcus Garvey. So it's no bloodless revolution. I'm thinking about the Mau Maus in Kenya. The British killed all the blacks, took their land, and then came back later and say, we're going to give you some of this land back. But the majority of the land in Kenya, this rich farmland, is still owned by the British. So we have to constantly fight, 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 stand up for the right and fight. We have to fight with our soul, our spirit, our mind, and our bodies. We are not free in America. Who would vote for a sanctuary? Why would Harold Washington do this? Because he was thinking selfish. He needed the help for him to govern, the help of the Hispanic and Puerto Ricans. Otherwise, he didn't have the number against the white for Zodiac. So he allied himself with them, thinking that that he would be able to survive this Holocaust. But they voted him in. A year or two later, he was dead. Was he overweight? Did they poison him? What happened? But this sanctuary, SHIT, is still going on today. Today, the sanctuary. And they have gentrified our black aid out of the city. Who helped them do this? Our aldermen, our commissioners, our mayors, our own people have sold us out. For what? For money. For money. It's the root of all evil. You must say all your aldermen voted for a sanctuary when they need sanctuary. When they need sanctuary. Now, how could you do it? How could you advocate for illegals to move into a shelter with the black homeless? Why not, if you're going to open up a shelter, have the shelters for the blacks
Right.
that have been denied housing, good jobs and service? These people are coming in getting things that we have never had.
Ever.
Never have they given us, made this a sanctuary for us. I need sanctuary. I need a safe place to build and to develop my Black Wall Street. Every time we set up and begin to have our own, they come in and destroy it. How do they destroy it? By killing us, burning us down, gentrifying us out. So I admire your struggle, but with our blood, sweat, and tears, we'll never overcome. We cannot vote them out, but we have to find a way to move, to go, jump over that mountain. That mountain is our people who have that slave mentality. How are we going to change the narrative? So I'm asking you now. I'm interviewing you. How you going to win? I want to listen. How you going to carry it to court when the courts are corrupt?
I think it's time for a freedman protest.
A, a freeman protest, yes, but you have to be free men to be able to protest. You're going to this man in the courts, asking him for justice, and this man is a part of the system too.
Yeah, but I feel like with Trump being in there, I feel like in him fighting for the 14th Amendment for the Birth Citizenship Right Act that he will get, but we are not doing our part as the freedmen. Black America lazy. We lazy. We lazy as hell, Mr. Blakemore. Like, look what you look. Who's down there today? Me and you and who else?
That's all.
Right.
But
The problem is we're not coming in the masses. Like how them Hispanics was coming down when I first met you down here.
yes,
They were, even if they were paid, I don't care if they were paid or not paid. They came down here. Pilsen is a prime example. Pilsen, that man Brian Citro Lopez, he's from Ecuador. He's over Pilsen. He's an alderman. He's been trying to push this $1 billion TIF in Pilsen. Every time they about to start talking about that $1 billion TIF because he knows he needs it because he has no more money. He has no more campaign money. They take school buses, them Hispanics, the Mexicans, and they come down there and they say you will not put that TIF money in our community because they know what that TIF money will do. They know it'll mess up Pilsen like it's messed up the South Side, messed up the West Side. They don't have any blighted areas in Tilson.
Yeah, but but he but he will not win because the whites want Pilsen. Pilsen is close to the medical district.
Yeah, but
The
them
property
Hispanics is going coming.
the property is very high. He told Lady Lightfoot that he wanted to put a moratorium on selling property in Pilsen. The, the, the thing that the white man has, he brings over the Hispanics and the illegals from all over the world, the Asians, the Chinese, the Arab, he brings them over. But once they get over, they cannot move him out.
But I
The mass,
believe
they move out, they can move out the blacks. That place, the song said, whatever Lola want, Lola get. And little boy or girl, Lola wants you. Those whites are moving in to Pilsen. They're moving in, and he can't stop them because they run the goods, the service, contracts, and the job, and the military. The only negative effect that damage that they can do is on people less than them. They feel the blacks. They not gonna. This country will never be a Latina country.
it will never be.
Even if you got a Latina mayor,
It's never going to be a Latino mayor.
a Latina mayor, a president, he would just be a front. He would not because they control the jobs, goods, contracts, and the military. The military. So they are moving us out, but they cannot move.
We're letting them do like that's just like with me. Like
You
we
you
have
saying
to.
you letting? Yes, we are.
Yeah, because they lazy.
No, the way we're letting them is because
Talk.
the way they're letting them is because we are historically blind to our greatness, the miseducation of the black man. We don't know how great we are and what we can do. So we go to their schools. They don't emphasize how great black people. It's mandated in the state of Illinois that black history will be taught. When you know who you are and where you come from and how you got here, you think different about what you can do. You know you can do it because I hope I'm using the correct word. It's been did or done before you. So that greatness is here, but you don't know it. And when I was telling you about Malcolm X, I think they're having
His birthday
a
today.
birthday today, and you telling me, but this is not his real birthday day. I say, well,
No, I
anyway,
thought it was the 17th. I didn't know. I didn't know it was the
did you
19th.
look it up?
Yeah, and I just,
Okay, it's today, but you go to Malcolm X, and you'll see all Hispanics. They're in their trades, in their nursing programs. They have moved out, the black man, but they can't go to the DePaul and go to a white school and move them out. So we are historically, we are poor because we don't know our greatness. So I came here in 1970 when Malcolm X College was the chancellor and everybody, they was black in the black community. Then they brought in that stadium over there. When they bring in these developments in a traditional black neighborhood, it's to gentrify us out. They brought that Barrels or Bull Stadium or whatever over there, and it's no longer a black community. All of that was a black community. So the same thing going to happen with the Obama Library Center. And then they get them a hotel and they going to move the blacks out.
They
Because,
already moving them out.
because people like Mitchell is buying up all these abandoned buildings.
Who,
And
Mitchell, Greg Mitchell? The
yes,
alderman?
and he's buying those buildings.
And that Taylor just bought some lots.
And he's gonna get money. Uh, uh, he's gonna move the Venezuelans in, and they will fix up these abandoned buildings because they culturally they gonna work together. They gonna take all these abandoned buildings, come in, and they gonna build. Our people are not building anything. We
So what
use,
you trying to say? We gotta set fires
Huh?
as soon as we gotta start setting fires
who?
as soon as they start. Oh, like I mean, like what? Like, because my thing is, if you feel like we're lazy, which because we are, like I said, we are. So we're spoiled. We're spoiled. We are a spoiled generation. So you understand? You have to understand where I'm coming from too, because I'm 39. So when I first started this, Mr. Blakemore, people told me I needed hundreds of people to be outside with me when I first protest. I told them, no, I don't. I said, I'm going to be fine. I said, because I can't make everybody see what I see. That's my mom. You understand? Some people have issues with their parents. Some people I can't, that couldn't be me. And stuff like that. All right, well, me and my mom, we don't got the best relationship, but that's my mom. So how I deal with my mom is how I deal with my mom. So when I started protesting, people thought I was crazy being out there by myself every day from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. People thought I was nuts. I lost a lot of friends. Well, they lost me.
But you didn't do anything unique. Except when Sanctuary came and I was put out Randolph and Michigan, the IC train station, and I had my permit, and these whites, we was in a common area, the white vendors and myself, and the police came. I would go out every day and pass my leaflets out, talking about how Harold Washington wasn't helping me, and they would arrest me. Like, like I've been going through this for years. Every day, Chicago police will come down to IC train station, take up all my hats, all my gloves, earrings, stockings, sunglasses that I'm selling, and carry me down to 11th and State. That's the old police station. And they say, tell Harold. And the next day, I would go right back. I would get more money. They would hold my merchandise for court day. I go back up on Wilson and Clark at the Koreans. I had an account and get more earrings and more hats and more jewelry, pantyhose and whatever. What I'm telling you is that I have been through that, and when I saw you out there with your leaflet trying to educate the people, well, I knew what you was going through, and I said, Zoe, go upstairs and go to the meeting. They used to take my leaflets and put my leaflets in the trash, and I would take them out. I also protested up on a Durban and Division of Starbucks. Starbucks did not have black bar mitzvahs. I started that, and I sued them. I got a little money, but very little from these big companies, these lawyers. So I've been doing this for years. And the punishment, that time you met when I told you, oh, there were tigers over in that little park. You say, you always carry me up. Ooh, yes, because he will come and arrest me, hold my merchandise for a month or two, and then that same policeman will let these valet people park. He's not supposed to do that. Let these valet people park. Uh, You say, well, you getting off the subject. Today, a lot of this was about our policemen. We have to have some kind of way to get professional policemen. These policemen are corrupt, and the system, the politicians know that, and they allow the police to do this to abuse black people. I'm not saying about color. I'm not talking about Mexicans. They're selling it. I'm emphasizing black people. Black people. I'm not talking about color and black. Color, So I've been there, and just to see you, and I don't believe that you still doing it. You still coming down there, and you've been arrested several times. You've been talked about. Uh, you've been abused by black people. Just a week ago, a black man attacked Zoe Paul McKinley. Not that where you have been attacked by all of these sellouts and your mama house niggas down in City Hall. Not only David Moore, all of them. None of them come to your rescue. None of them. None of the Garcias. None of them. None of the Lopez. None of them. Emma Mitch, no. You
Just
can't.
stop talking to me.
David Moore, no. Agnes Mitchell, no. Curtis, no. Yancey, no. That lady up in Howard, no. You get no support from the left. Not any, nothing. You come and you put yourself at risk to be abused. And you, by you coming, the issue was first your mother's. But you have got sophisticated and started saying, not only is my mother being abused, but with this illegal immigrant, they are being, we're being abused, and millions and billions of dollars has been sent on them. So you have now moved to another dimension. A true leader is your mother issue and the negative effect that it has on our community. Not only are they pissing on your mother, but all this money, all these billions of dollars, and they used to present, she's always talking about her mama. Yes, her mama raised a good daughter, and now the daughter is have gone Chicago flip red, because you see it's a connection of what has happened to your mother's property is happening to our people.
Especially our seniors.
You and the seniors and the young people coming up, and you said something. So you said our young people, they don't know about the protest. They've been living a shelter life. They don't know how to put their bodies out, like 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 the old school. We would protest, and my mother told me, do not. When I went to Houston Tillerson College down in Austin, Texas, my mother said, I'm not sending you down there. Do not, do not, do not get involved in any of these protests. I said, okay, but a bus came. They've always used the young people and the college people. They came and picked up, and we were supposed to be integrating one of the movies, one of the shows, and they had the black people upstairs in the balcony, and the whites would be down, and they would come back, and they told us if they spit on you and curse or say anything to you, don't say nothing. Number one, my mother told me to don't protest, but I was caught up in that protest because I was a student,
It was just good.
and the others, we all got on that bus.
Right.
But I was instructed by my mother, don't do that because she didn't want harm to come to me.
Right.
But the movement was engulfing us all. So, so uh, I, I, I know what you're going. I know what you're going through today. We don't have the young people,
The
and by
young
you,
people ready though. It's just that they don't. The direction we're dealing with a bunch of black pieces of sellouts, the boule, the elites, the AKAs, the line nines, the elitists, the HBCU college graduates that never went back to the community. That's why our communities look like that. It's too many educated black Americans out here for our communities to look like this.
no, you use the word educated, the miseducation of the black man, that education that they're having, they don't understand that they're supposed to serve the community. Your education is each one teach one, each one help one. Your education is not to make you think you're better than me. We're all on this same boat. And I notice you always begin to quote me. All hands on deck. It's sinking.
That ship is
Those that
sinking.
use is, and those that use and how are you going to engage unless all hands are on deck?
We gotta have events. That's why I'm so drawn to you. You're an artist. Like we know we got a couple of young people in our group, right? So they're putting something together now called Juke in the Park, right? So I guess there's something here called juking. So there's gonna be some young kids that's gonna come out. They're gonna have the DJs. They're gonna have the food trucks, free food. You know what I'm saying? To get the kids to come out. We're gonna have the information there. We gotta get these kids signed up, registered to vote regardless. We have to start going down to DC demanding that they take care of this voter fraud in Chicago.
Yes.
You understand? Like
But this voter fraud is in all these hellholes. Like Fort Worth, Texas, I get mail now telling me we're voting tomorrow because my daddy's name was George Blakemore. So sometimes in these democratic hellholes, you never die. And I'm also wondering about the Hispanic. I don't believe they die either. What I'm saying, they use each other's Social Security.
right. Well, I
You
mean,
understand? They never die.
they
They
scamming
know
off
how
of
to
us.
scam the system.
Yeah.
They know how to scam
But when
the
we
system.
try to scam the system, if
Yeah.
we're not in government or don't have a nonprofit or not, it's, one of my friends call it clicks in politics. You got to be clicked up with a politic or in the politics. You can get whatever you want. You got church, you got nonprofit.
Okay.
You can get whatever you want.
Okay.
So that's the scam for them.
Okay. Well, the scam now that that's for with Michelle Harris, like that young man up there, the sergeant of arms and all of them, what an air rider or whatever, they are now. The scam is that they have nonprofits
Mm-hmm.
to your
To launder
all
their
of her
money.
people, have nonprofits, and so she gives them that. But we cannot get on Michelle. It's all of them.
All of them.
It's a culture of corruption. She,
But another thing is,
yes, ma'am.
because they do not come to the meetings to see how they're voting down here.
They know.
No. I'm talking about the senior, like she does the Valentine Day parties. Michelle Harris, she does. I went to her town halls. They full of the seniors. She got stuff out there for them. But how she's talking to them is like she's taking care of the community and she's working hard and she's trying. Whole time you voting for illegals down there. You voting for white contracts down there. But when it comes to anything that's black, that's supposed to make the ward, the eighth ward better, you don't want to do it. And that goes for every black alderman. Any black alderman,
Yeah.
if a black person brings something to them that's going to contribute to the community, to their ward, They don't never know how to do it. They don't know how to get the TIF money. They don't know nothing about it. But they'll go
Okay,
downtown.
now let me stop you now, Joey.
Okay.
They don't know nothing about it.
That's what they say.
Those that know help, you go to the Hispanic, they go up to the business department. They have an application. So he can't even read Spanish and can't even write it. Those Hispanic people up in the business department ask him, what type of business do you want to open? He tells them. They fill out the application and they help him. I was say, you can't read this application. You can't do this. But they help each other.
Yes.
But it's her job. Don't put it on the old seniors. It's her job to educate, inform, and engage,
No, no, no,
enlighten
no,
her
no.
people.
I'm not putting it on the seniors. I'm
But she's
saying that.
exploiting them.
No, no, I know. No, no, I'm not putting it on the
Well,
seniors at all. I'm
the
saying.
boule that you said, the AKs, the deltas, in the old days, some of these sororities and fraternities, when they first was established, they established to help the community, not to put themselves apart, but they have lost their mission.
So back in the day, they had a
Yes,
mission.
yes, the AKs, the Deltas, the, the Sigmas, the Masons, they all knew that their job was to go back, reach back, and teach and help. Today, these groups thinking that they are better than the ones who are not in it. So that's not the same concept. The- the- They, they came together. The alphas, their job is not to separate, but to educate, to inform, and to help the community. Their mission, that's their mission. They have strayed away. The mission itself haven't strayed away.
Yeah,
They
all they
made
do is
themselves, you understand, they made them, they put themselves away from the people. The organization was started by
because
the
we're
people,
dealing with
for
selfish
the
culture.
people.
It's so,
You
no one.
understand?
There's no humanitarians. There's no public service. There's no like.
Right.
Everybody just get in a bag
Yes.
and take like Jesse. They just it's Jesse. There's all Jesse Jacksons. It's Jesse Jacksons everywhere. All he cared about was himself. When he told everybody to protest for the AT&T thing. So his people can get that deal. Then fuck everybody else. Same with Anheuser Busch thing. The situation with the contract for his son. He want everybody to not drink Budweiser. Don't drink it. Don't drink it. Right? To get the contract, he got the contract. Then they go back to it doesn't matter. Everybody has that selfish mindset right
Yeah,
now.
but
So how do we break that?
well, when he came up through Martin Luther King and Abenaki Southern Christian Leadership Conference and Dorothy Tillman too. And once they got up here, the way Dr. King had it set up, before he would come into a city, he would send his people there, to see the lay of the land, to try to talk to the preachers, talk to the different people. Then he would come. But when he brought them up, they saw an opportunity to, to set up their own against his organization. They set up PUSH, Operational Push.
Breadbasket.
Yeah, breadbasket. They set that up for them. That wasn't Dr. King. He wanted his a group, his organization. So the young buck came up and said, "Why do we have to do this when we can have our own?" So at that time, he didn't. They should have got rid of both of them, Dorothy Tillman and Jesse Jackson.
Yeah,
So
Dorothy Tillman's terrible too.
yeah, I'm saying they both was sent up here, a part of. So once they got up here, they started their own.
So neither one is in from here.
No, so they started their own, and then they saw it was fertile for them, forget about who sent me. Forget about these people.
I only care
I'm gonna
about
start
myself.
I'm gonna start, and those two was allies in doing this. And so the
Where does Abernathy come in at this?
well, Abernathy was a member of Dr. King's group. You know, from Montgomery, from Alabama, and from Georgia. These and they sent Dr. King up. Somebody say when Dr. King got there, he was paid as a preacher. You know, that organization paid him when he left Atlanta and came to Montgomery. One of them. All right, but the people was out and supported this organization. And today they have a strange relation with the Kings and the Jacksons because they seem like they think it's their father had something to do with his demise. And I saw that when he was shot, they say that when they carried him to Lorraine, shot at the Lorraine Hotel, that
In
that
Memphis.
yeah in Memphis, that he wasn't dead, that the doctors. That's why I fear going to the to the white man doctors. Say the doctor held out for so many hours to Dr. King was just died. And so when I go over there, I don't trust the white uh, medical, pharmaceutical, and the white doctors. So that's why I'm skinny as a rail, and that I don't take the medication because if they don't like you well, why do you think they don't like you sick? And people have said this about they killed Harold Washington. So we don't have our own hospitals. We had our own today.
They say Jackson Park is still black.
They don't. It's not. We don't have a black hospital.
Okay.
We do not have it. And Jackson Park is supposed to be one of the worst hospitals in the city. But we had Providence. We had our own nurse. We had our own doctors and everything. Today, that's a part of Stroger Hospital system, and and it's just terrible. We haven't had good leadership because they were getting ready to indict John Stroger. And you want me to get back and kind of tell you about, uh, uh, I don't want to, about Jesse or about this bad man that, that they call Paul McKinley.
Paul McKinley.
You
Okay.
don't know him.
I do not know Paul McKinley.
Well, what do I know about him?
No, tell me about Mr. McKinley.
Okay, I used to go to the inner city study on Cottage Grove and 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 39, and they had a Conrad World and Dr. Bob Starks, and it was something like a town hall meeting. Several activists like Brookins and different people, those dead, several activists, they would come down there, and what they would do if you wanted to run for office, you would come down to the inner city study and you would give a donation to the organization. Well, that was a way I didn't know how it was set up. And Paul, Joseph Watkins, and Queen Sister, all of them was down there. And what they was doing, they was hustling the people under under the name of doing what Tyrone was doing, looking for jobs in the community, like an active get young people go on the site where they have work to try to get the black men and women to work on these projects. Well then,
Was that construction projects?
yes, and
Okay.
over in Prepwinkle Ward. So
Okay.
Prepwinkle, Joseph Watkins was the head, and Joseph Watkins was the head, and it was also connected to the notorious racist the University of Chicago.
The University of
Yeah,
Chicago.
trying to gentrify the blacks out too.
What
They
year
they
was
all the
this?
way out. They're doing it now.
I know
They
that.
came all the way out to 55th and the Dan Rod. They've already so they planted them up there. So what happened was
What
they,
year was this though?
oh, that been going on. They say that was going on with the Blackstone Rangers. They get the gangs and the their idea was to get all of that for the universities. You know,
Yeah.
so so what happened was that Paul would go down and protest Pretwinkle.
Oh, so he does protest.
He back in the day, back in the day, he would protest Pretwinkle for the jobs and all that construction that was going on.
Just when she was an alderman.
Yes,
Okay.
all now here, and she had a lady named Farina Lau, and all the closing of all that development, she would give the closing to Farina Lau, was an alderman too. Now Farina Lau is a judge.
Judge.
All right, so Paul, what I didn't know, I would go. So if you wanted to run for office, you would come down to that organization they call the basement. You come down there, you give some money, and then Paul and Joseph and Conrad Worrell and Bob Stark, they would tell the grassroots people to vote for you. You understand? You want to run for alderman, you come to the basement.
To the basement.
Yeah, and then
Give a donation.
give a donation, and the basement uh, uh, would, will support you. So I'm thinking that that I would come. So when they wanted to get rid of me, they said all who want George Blakemore to get out of this organization stand up, and all of them stood up. Mr. McKay, all of them,
Paul.
Paul, yes, Joseph,
Joseph.
Mark Carter.
Okay.
Conrad, have you ever heard of Conrad Worrell? Well, he was over that center, inner city study, but they have another up on the north side, their main campus. And that means they studied black culture, they studied Hispanic, they have another, uh, but the headquarters. So they jumped on me and told me that 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 they and sent a letter. Paul McKay sent a letter that to the security that do not let George Blakemore come back in there. I went up to the headquarters and they said they they couldn't uh, they couldn't put me out. This is a public building, and during that time, Paul, when the security was trying to throw me out, I was wrestling with the security, and then my phone and everything, and my charger went off, and Paul McKinney stole my charger, picked it up, and the woman named Queen Sister, you ever heard of Queen Sister? Queen Sister said, George, file a complaint. I went over on 51st at the police station. So we had a trial at 1155 Harrison, downtown off of Clinton, and Joseph Watkins was, they said he had cancer, and the judge, they let him off. They, and Paul was in it, and I found out that Joseph Watkins, they say, was died of overdose too on drugs. All these men was like Tyrone Mohammed. They was ex-convicts. You understand? Joseph Watkins and Paul and all of them, but they coming out of that environment in prison for years, but coming back to the community. I'm thinking to do good things, to 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 get jobs for the people in prison, to do
Like
good things.
reentry,
Yeah,
reform.
reentry. But they came back playing the same game. And then Tracy had the nerve to say, Paul, Joseph, saying that what's the little black one name? Mark. Mark don't know about this. Tyrone is know about reentry services. Mark been in prison. Mark been reaching out. Mark tells a big lie. He's a habitual liar. He'll tell you that the moon is coming and get the big crowd to come. So I know these people because I, I went there. I would go to Jewel's right there at Clark and Division. I buy ice cream. I buy donuts. I buy ice. I buy pound cake and pop, and I would take it out there. And, to the meetings, I would take it on that train stop, and take it to the meeting. But what what they said that they wanted me out because that I was I was I was disturbing them to the extent that I was calling them out. I was calling them all them out for phonies because they they wasn't for the community. They was hustling. You understand? Only for themselves. And so,
But don't you think people change?
yes, I do believe that they change. But those people that I'm telling you, they have not changed. They still got that, that prison and hustling and corrupt in their blood. I want to believe that ex-convicts can come out, can be born again. But, but that's very unusual because we're a product of our environment. You must realize those men, he got grown children and grandchildren, Paul have. Those men have stayed in that environment for 15, 20 years, and it's it's something in the Bible. See, I looked at my hands, they look new. I looked at my feet, they did too. Ever since they wondered that my soul have changed. But it's hard to change. It's a lifetime. Like, like Mr. Mohammed was there, Mr. Harvey is his real name, 21 years. And you would think that he would come out and be working for the young people. But he's coming out doing the same thing, but he's more sophisticated in doing it. He's not helping the community. And the reason I say this, how could I believed in him so. I just thought he's doing great things. He's ECC helping young people doing this, but I found out a lot of them hide behind community service, hide behind we're going to do something for the young people. They're only using the young people and doing it for themselves. So Paul, Paul has grown grandchildren, grown children, and 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 he got with a rockhead, this rockhead lady, and he got two little children, girls by her, the rockhead lady. Well, the rock,
Crackhead? She a
crack,
crackhead?
yeah,
Okay.
okay. So the little children look just like him, but the crackhead lady got another man, a young man, to come in to hustle Paul for money, saying that Paul's babies.
But it's not Paul.
But it is Paul's baby. She's doing it to make Paul give her. You understand? So Paul go and say he's gonna take a DNA because those are his babies, but he's got grandchildren of his own. Before the, you understand when he was in prison, he got his own children, grandchildren. So he came out
He has more babies.
and but they say don't F low. I don't want to use the curse word because we are on. You going live? He got he got with this rockhead lady and had children, and he's so proud of the little girls that I four, like six, and
Well,
one
he's
is
supposed to
three.
be proud,
Yes,
though.
but he got his own grandchildren, his
So
own
you're saying he
children.
doesn't take care of his own grandchildren?
No, his own children.
He don't.
And so, yeah, proud, but to see that that how low she is to get a younger man to hustle he Paul for money. You understand?
Right.
And and we don't know if I know I heard somebody say that he might still be on it himself. I
Oh, he
don't
used to
know.
do crack cocaine?
No, I never known that,
Oh,
but that action, how he attacked uh,
Danielle.
Danielle, and because
Well, they say
and
he does. He maybe drink. He may have been not drinking.
yeah, but I'm talking about uh, he's not a good person. I try to bring up to you my experience with him. He took my
Charger.
charger. You know why they was tussling? To,
Mm-hmm.
why the security was dragging me. It wasn't that I could fight so good, but I tripped the security
Why?
while he was pulling me out. Cause they said put him out, put George
Oh,
out
so
to
that's all
leave.
they do. So that's all he do is just anybody that is in a because he has these meetings open at public.
Yeah, they all voted for me to get out.
But like, where are these meetings being held at? Like
Those
at
meetings,
public,
they
like how like where we at now?
no, they was held at a school for inner city studies.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying, but it's public funding, right?
Yes,
So it's
and
open public.
that's why when I went up to the headquarters
Mm-hmm.
of of North to the white folks, I spoke at their board meeting, and I told them what happened because they could have sued.
You could have sued,
Yes, I could have sued.
just
And I
like just
and,
like
and
Danielle
wait a
is
minute,
going to
and I brought this white lady up there with me, named
Colin.
Colleen Blake,
Okay.
and they say they sent a letter back to them, say you cannot put him out. This is public. See, it wasn't like you just they had no right. See, I connect the dots. They had no right to put you out, to sign no complaint, to keep you out for those days. But they used the police department
Right.
to do that. They used the security to drag me. Get out, George. Get out. And they drugged me. And so they thought they got rid of me. But by me having a true white lady friend that went up there and Miss up to the and they say yeah, they sent a letter. You can. That's a public place. That's a public place. Nobody signed no complaint. You got to put. He got to. He have to come back.
So
And I
what do you
came back.
think?
And when I went to court, I was so angry at the court because I got there a little late. But when I went to court, he played. Joseph played on it as though he had cancer in the court. That's why I, 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 I'm very fearful of you putting your eggs in the court, thinking that the courts, because the courts are corrupt too. And I know you're dependent on the judge to do the right thing, but I don't have the faith in the system. This is deep. The, the, these black men, these men with robes on, and Lady Justice have this. She can peep. She see that you black. She see that the system. She peeps. By Lady Justice shouldn't have let them do that. But Lady Justice peep. See, when you say justice, you actually thinking that going to the court that you gonna get justice. But you seen what happened with these millions of dollars of of a billion, a million, 55 million today with these court settlements. Lady Justice didn't do justice by these people. You understand what I'm saying? Are you connecting the dots, Miss Leigh?
Yes, I am.
Well,
But we
I'm
just
not
need a
telling you.
revolution.
I'm not telling you what what you might want to hear. I'm telling you
Uncomfortable truth.
what's that's right. I'm telling you that. And you will find this out. The reason the police keep doing that and they keep sending these people to jail, and today, five, no, $50 million was spent on that. Lady Justice heard that. These people been to court. You understand, Zoe?
They settled though. They didn't make it to trial yet.
Okay, but they didn't make it. But those people have been abused
Yeah,
all those
20
years.
years. One lady don't got no legs now. But even though eight, eight city councilmen, they voted against her. Now she was mentally ill, but they sided with the police, even though she left because she refused to be with them because she's scared that they were going to hurt her.
Yes,
She's PTSD,
yes,
or whatever. Eight, I know they were non-black because the black aldermen don't come to work anymore, barely.
yeah.
8 aldermen voted against that girl getting that 5 million, even though she got double amputee.
Well, they have been voting against our interests for years. That's what I'm talking about. You got black faces in high places voting for, for the master's interest, not our interest. And they also have made a statement, if, if, if there's no back door, a, a black man or woman will go around and break a door and make a back door. Our people, this is our people mind have been
Indoctrinated.
indoctrinated, and it come right back from your history. Now I'm still Black History Month is over, but somebody did a beautiful job on Facebook with all these articles and everything about our greatness and all the evil things that they've been doing to us as a people, and we still rise.
But it's our.
And
But,
we still
but
rise.
what we're dealing with now is we're dealing with economic black on black crime. We're dealing with our own people setting us back. We can blame the white person. We can blame the Hispanics, but this is literally niggas.
No, but let me tell you this. You probably didn't see that video where they took me off. Facebook took me off. I did one on generational ancient mama generational. What I'm going to say, what I'm trying to say to you, Zoe, is that the big brother comes in. He's been hollering rocks and blow. He comes in with a nice car, spending money, and gang banging. The little brothers watch him, and they want to be just like him. And, and so the mama is taking money from him because she don't have no husband or nothing to give her any money. She using it for one generation to another. So you your behavior is, is your environment means everything. So that our people have learned to hate each other. It's it's a culture of that. Other groups, like when I was up talking loud, these Mexicans help each other. These blacks don't help each other. These Mexicans help each other. That's the truth. These Mexicans might have been poor in Mexico, peasants, but they was never enslaved in Mexico.
They were never enslaved.
Never enslaved. And once they way across the Rio Grande, they don't have that baggage.
Same with Venezuela.
And the Venezuela, they move on up. And whether they come to the black ghetto. Because, and who lets them come here? Our black elected officials. And millions of dollars. So these are sellouts. And your mama, but but I really think it's just not them. These new ones, I'm trying to tell you, so
I
this has
know.
been going on.
But the machine,
Now, how you gonna break it?
the old machine broke.
The old machine, what?
The old machine is broken. It's a new machine that's coming in, and it's a progressive Hispanic machine.
No, no, the old machine have always, they,
No, no, it's broken, man. The people dying now. The main heavy hitters is
who
gone.
was the heavy hitter?
Madigan,
Who?
Madigan.
I'm talking about from the black.
Yeah, Tony Preckwinkle's was done.
I'm talking about who? Name,
Timothy
name,
Evans is
name.
gone. I'm talking about right now, right
I'm,
now, right now. Okay. Right now, we have an opportunity to get as many conservative black young people in office. They're not going, Mr. Blakemore. They're not going. They're not going. I promise you, they're not going.
who's not going?
These young kids, they see the bullshit. They see they see. Let me tell you something. A lot of them grew up on that. A lot of them grew up on the social media. Even the other day, there was a group of kids, and it was some Hispanic police officers, because that's starting to be a problem too. A lot of these Hispanic police officers are
They
policing.
shouldn't put them in the black
Right.
neighborhood.
But
They
them
supposed
black
to have
kids,
community police where the police can look like you, but they put them little Hispanics there. That's creating friction.
yeah, but that's because they want to continue the new system. You understand? The old system is dying. So now the new system is this black and brown that they're trying to say that we're supposed to be together. It's no black and brown. In politics, in business, in but government. It's no like, oh, there's too many foreigners. There's too many foreigners in our government. This is the problem. But that's because we're not, black Americans do not want to be politically aligned. During this whole situation, when we were doing the whole Make America Great Again, Chicago Fits Red, all of that, anybody that I would talk to that I think that would be educated and understand this, I mean, all this HR corporate, all the girls, all the guys I know, they never wanted to sit down and talk with me about politics, about the New Americans plan. Mark Carter is the one who told me about the New Americans plan, but nobody never explained it. I tried to show them a video that you did. I think that was 2013 that you talked about the New Americans plan. I'm like, this is what's going on right now. This is what's going on right now. I don't want to talk about that. Trump is this. Trump is that. Trump the least of their worries. Like this. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want. They not people that are my age, a little bit older. They don't want. They don't care. The boomers care because the boomers is having PTSD because they already seen what happened. You know, when y'all did the Montgomery, the Watts riot, the civil rights movement when it came to the Montgomery boycott. You know, the whole thing with King going to talk to Lyndon B. Johnson and stuff like that. The fact that affirmative action, they just let affirmative action, they just let affirmative action be gone like that while Kamala Harris was in office, while Biden was in office, is how you know that the Democratic Party is dead. They don't care. They as much education as they say they have, they don't care about the
Why they
youth.
still in power?
They still in power. They're not going to be in power for long.
Well, how you gonna get them out?
The feds is coming. It's RICO time. The feds is coming.
You think that I want Trump to come here, but do you think that
We need to stand with Trump. The
I
problem.
am?
No. You're standing. Me and you and mine.
That's not enough.
No, you're right.
That's not enough.
We have to do a freedman protest. So me and you gotta sit down. Cause you gotta help me. We gotta get to DC. We have to, just like how they had the Million Man March, we have to have a freedman protest. We have to have a freedman protest, and we have to have MAGA. MAGA got to help too, because they fucking them white Americans up too. You understand what I'm saying? This is going to be a pivotal movement because Chicago is the guinea pig of what's going to happen. Right now, they already started physical violence on us with what happened on Monday. I'm getting threats from Beverly Miles. I don't even know who the fuck Larry Blunt. You know what I'm saying? P. Ray. I'm getting all this stuff because they don't want a we have, for the first time in history, we have a chance to get Republicans in these seats. Governor, mayor, well, Bronner was a Republican mayor, but he was a rhino. But I'm talking about the new Republican movement, the new Freedmen movement, the new MAGA movement.
But do you think, I see that you're convinced that's going to happen. I'm not as optimistic as you.
Well, you can't think like that.
Well, you got to think in reality. The whole thing is.
I think we moved. I think that we did enough. I think if Time magazine was to come to us
And do an
now,
article.
it would be me, you, Jessica, Danielle,
Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
Tyrone.
Oh, you think, well, these people that I'm telling you about, you still trying to include them.
I'm not.
Tyrone is not a rep. Mark is not. Paul is not.
I'm not.
These people are out. These people are selfish. They are for themselves. They are not true leaders.
Yes,
Paul
but
is
you
not
have
a
to
true
give.
leader.
Well, yeah, I know Paul. Paul is a fiend. I didn't even know he was. I didn't even know who that man was until Monday. I kept seeing him go in the Rainbow Push. I didn't even know he was a Republican committeeman. I never knew that he ran against Jesse Jackson in 2013. I didn't know nothing
he
about
ran
that
against
man.
Robert Kelly too.
And Jesse Jackson. Yeah, but I mean Jesse Jackson Jr. But I didn't know any of this. If that man would have came, yeah, you're right. If he really was about the community, or changing, he would have came up to me while I was down there protesting, like, hey, my name is Paul McKinley. I'm 4th Ward Republican committeeman. I thought Paul McKinney was a white man. I did not know that this was the same man that when I came in there, them bitches gotta go. Them bitches gotta go.
Oh, like he was acting like that, calling out bitches.
All types.
I don't believe that.
Oh, as soon as we walked in there.
Okay, well then, you was invited. Well, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But these are the people who, you gotta understand, right now, we messing up their money. They getting $20 to $50 per signature. It's about to come up. It's time now.
But this lady,
Huh?
they're gonna be a lot of money just
For all of them. Yeah, that's coming up. You got the big ones. You got Lieutenant Stratton, that's sponsored by by Governor Pritzker. He's gonna sponsor her. You got that Indian dude Raja. He's what's it called? You got Brandon Johnson that has stole $830 million trying to push, trying to get whoever he going to get in there, because they say he promised Paul McKinley a $5 million contract.
Well, you talking about Brandon Johnson.
But 800, it doesn't matter. $830 million.
I'm talking
they say
about Brandon Johnson. If I was at this meeting, and I think you was at the same meeting yesterday, I think I don't know if you was in this meeting over in 2018. Did you know those people are looking at Brandon Johnson in a way that he's not going to make it?
I know.
I'm talking about he's not going to make his turn.
I know he's not going to make his turn.
But see, so whatever you're saying, he's promised. They're looking at him as trying, how are we going to get rid of him now? He will not be able to run.
Walter Burnett is being looked at right now. The FBI is looking at Walter Burnett.
I'm talking about the people themselves.
Yes, but now...
I'm talking about his own party. Today, the white man that you saw down here.
They raised $10 million.
Wait a minute. Did you know they want him out?
Who don't?
Did you know they want him out?
That's why
and they want him out now.
That's why he's pandering to the black church.
I'm saying they want him out before the years is up.
Yeah.
They figuring out ways how they gonna get him out. He can't run anymore.
He can't. Look what
That's what I'm saying. So don't even be thinking that I can look at their expression when I say these 69 each other. They late. They doing this. They doing this.
But the feds is coming. It's
the
RICO
people.
time.
No, these people down here Democrats, they want him out.
The Democrats, the
They
Democratic
want
Party,
him out.
but the Democratic Party is done.
They want Brandon Johnson. They want the party. They want to run, but they know they're
But I'm
not
trying
going to
to
run
tell you,
him.
they're not gonna win. The people gonna win this time. The machine is broken. I want to bet you. I want to bet you so bad. Mr. Blakemore, you can run whatever you want to run in as a Republican. I bet you win if you run on our slate.
You, the people are not. The people are not happy with and they don't seem like they trust uh, the Republican. But we have to trust the.
Who don't trust the Republicans? They don't trust the Democratic Party.
I'm talking definitely they don't trust the Democratic Party.
Yeah, we're in community. The problem is community.
The Democratic Party, definitely. I'm for the Republicans, but I'm doing it out of revenge because I hate those Democrats so.
So you don't. So you don't. So you don't believe in the 13th, 14th, and 15th. You're not a Freeman Republican.
I am. I want anybody except the Democrat.
Okay then. So
Anybody.
it's all hands
So
on
I have
deck.
to go along with Trump. Why you think I got this red hat on?
Yeah, and we got to work on that too because
I got to go along with Trump.
yeah, me too. He's breaking
I
the
got
norm.
I got no choice.
Yeah, all hands on deck.
Yes.
But he's right now. He's fighting on Capitol Hill for this 14th Amendment, and nobody, and only the Republicans and the Democrats, Black Democrats, are fighting against him for the illegal immigrants for that very same 14th Amendment that he's fighting for us. He's saying that 14th Amendment is for the descendants of slaves. The
Yeah.
slaves.
In
This is a white man.
reparation,
In
we're
reparation.
the one supposed to get that.
Yeah, but the Black Democrats are arguing against him, so it can be for the illegals.
No, that's not stupid. That's why they got to go.
They got to go.
But you got to educate the people.
So we gotta do this once a week.
We got to do something.
Once a week, one-on-one with Mr. Blakemore. This is our first one.
Because this is not working in our interest.
But it is. We're in the lead.
I'm talking about we cannot continue to support this machine.
We will not. We were not.
We can't. That's economic suicide.
Economic suicide.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I told you that there's something. See, you are new here, and but you don't know this has been a culture. Old man Stroger is getting ready to indict him.
Yeah. That's
I'm
all I
talking
do.
about Tar Dead, the old man Stroger. He was good.
Who? Stamps?
No, old man Stroger.
Oh yeah, old man shows. Yeah.
They was getting ready to indict him.
Because all they do is bring in corrupt. They have to. That's why. What's they don't want to run? Toni Preckwinkle don't want to run. The only reason why she decided that she had to run again was because there's a new sheriff in town. It's a new sheriff in town. That's why.
Yeah,
and they gotta keep this machine going until they find somebody that will come in and do the same shit that they doing. And ain't nobody going this time.
Okay, but the reason they not going, they think that she will be a shoo-in because what has happened in the treasury office and in the assessor's office with the taxes. These people are outraged about the taxes.
Right.
The white people are
That's what I'm
outraged
saying.
about those taxes.
Yeah.
And how they supposed to have that man supposed to be setting up that, and they didn't even,
You talking
they didn't have the taxes on time with the technology.
fix dude.
Yeah. So it's all corrupt.
Yeah, and that's why it's about to be Operation Grey Lord 2.0, including the city this time. These people are
they
going to
think-
prison.
They seem to think that it's gonna be an easy, like she won't make it. She make it as a sugar queen, and I don't think she's gonna make it
Oh no,
because of the taxes.
no, she's not gonna make it. They're
But
not
she
up-
thinks she's gonna make it.
because they keep playing with that same playbook, that same Chicago Democratic
Yeah.
playbook is done. They might as well burn it up.
But before, of the evil that she can do to you and me why she's here, why she's there. She's been doing you evil work,
Well, you know what? I got a
evil
lawsuit. I
work.
got a lawsuit against her. So, I put.
Ah, oh my goodness.
Hi,
You're still around. Hi.
how are
Mhm.
How
you?
are you?
Fine.
Good. I haven't seen you since, well, it's been a few years.
Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. It's good
Yes,
to
ma'am.
see you too.
Yes. So I'm
It's been a
saying,
long time.
yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Did you
what?
know what I'm saying?
Well, are you guys going to they're having the parties today and tonight?
Oh no.
Yeah. No, I'm not giving any parties.
Okay.
They're today's
Malcolm X birthday.
uh payday.
Oh, payday. Okay.
Yeah. And they're sure. They're you know the people they're organizing parties
Okay.
for yeah, they do it every time.
Okay. Thank you.
No, I was
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't
See, this is
I'm
crazy.
I was just asking if you guys were going.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, I'm saying that that you have been
Okay.
abused by the system, and that she she's. I really think that all of them gonna pay. I'm not saying that they gonna pay. You said that operation gonna come in and
Mhm.
the silver shovel the same thing that's gonna happen.
Right.
But each individual is gonna pay.
Right.
And when you brought up her family and everything, maybe some people thought that was cruel, but the apples don't fall too far from the tree.
At all.
And so uh, the sins of the parents will go on to the children. And
Yeah.
so that's the same thing with with the Jacksons. The, the same thing. If you don't get away.
At all.
Uh-uh. And what has happened to Biden? They say that prostrate, he had it then.
Mhm.
He just, they knew he had it.
And this is a
Yeah,
Democratic
yeah.
Party.
I'd say they knew he had it
Yeah.
then. That's not nothing. They give that man a physical test
And
every
they said,
year.
and somebody went and brought an article up that said
You
he was in
understand?
good health, and you knew he had that. But
And
this
that
is
prostrate, like I'm an old man, it happens to me and happened to my father and all. Well, you can't put Humpty Dumpty back again. But he didn't only have mental health problems, he had physical health.
right,
Because that's the president of the United States. They
right.
just didn't discover that. He has to
Hmm.
go for a thorough checkup. Then you know he had it back with
No, they
Trump.
say he had good health.
Yeah, but did you believe that?
No,
Now since this came out, do you believe that?
no, I didn't know. I
Well,
didn't know.
that's fake news announcing that.
They're all fake news.
It's all that's fake news. You,
All fake
you,
news.
you
We're the
know,
news.
yes. So, and when I heard that, they say, "Oh, he's they gonna give him the best care and woo woo." They've been, and they all coming in and wishing him well. I wish some of y'all would wish me well. I'm peeing, I'm dying, and the beautiful thing about death is that everybody have have to go there
Mm-hmm.
from at one time or another. But I'll never die because I, I've been here since the beginning. I'm the ancestors.
You
And,
are the ancestors.
and after I leave, it'll be more coming. See, we got to see this. You look like your great, 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 great grandmother and grandfather. And we will always be here.
Will always be here.
That's right. I've been here. Can't you see? I'm a Moor. I'm a Muslim. I'm
True.
a Jew. I'm a Christian. I'm, 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 I'm Jesus. I'm Buddha. I've been here. So when you're looking at me, you're looking at the first man and first woman. And what I love about death, did you know Brandon Johnson gonna die too? Did you know that? And did you also know that uh, Zoe Lee gonna die too? And it's all just a matter of time. The same dog that barked at me bit you. So don't feel sorry for me getting skinny and pissing and funky and stuff because all we all got to pay. The wage of sin is death. So I can get the satisfaction that the victory is mine, it's ours. Today I can get the satisfaction uh, and I won't be able to, we shouldn't complain because they're going to get theirs. Sometimes I say, look at them, they didn't got away. Burkham got away.
Madigan didn't get
Madden didn't get away. And you might get away from being locked up, but with death, everybody got to pay. And, and that's what motivates me. I say, oh, I'm sick. I'm going here. My daddy left, and but we got to see ourselves as ancestors. We and we and we've already won the war.
already won the war.
Already won the war. Don't you know that big kid, Conway? Don't you know he's gonna go? Big head Conway down there, back in Pat Dow, back in Pat Dow and all. I said, look, they got to pay. It's payback. Payback. That's the satisfaction that I'm getting. And you see that they gonna come in, the government gonna change it. I see God gonna change it.
God gonna change it. We the chosen ones.
He's gonna change it. So Pat sitting there and think Pat is sitting down thinking that she done got away. It's just a matter of time. Well, she's talking about look, and she got to remember she got her baby daddy, her white baby daddy. She done brought down here. Okay, I can understand Jeanette got 8 children and no husband, no man, or nothing, so she was crying. But Pat got a good education and everything, and she didn't have to do it. But can she raise her white baby by herself, that young man? So Mark Carter came to City Hall and see all these contracts and everything over in Pat Dow Ward. She sent for her white baby daddy to come down. Somebody that she could trust. She sent from him to come down from California.
I didn't even know she had a baby daddy.
Huh?
I didn't even know she had a baby
Well,
daddy.
did you know she had a white son?
Mm-mm.
Where do you think she got that white son
I didn't
from?
know she had kids.
Who? Pat Down?
Yeah.
Well, I told you, I have so much history. I have so much history. And then she got Mr. Omideli comes in, and Mr. Omideli works for her, and he got indicted. And guess what come where Royal and Bob Stark all see that Omideli, people was complaining because Bogovich gave him a big job. He used to be Bogovich shoe shine boy, and people complained, how could he have a $75,000 or $80,000 job and not have an education? Well then, Bob Stark and Commonwealth World say we can fix that. We can give him a degree. Are you listening to me?
Mm-hmm.
They say they can do what? Are you listening?
They said she had $80,000 job, no education.
Yes.
They said they can do that.
Well, how was they going to fix it? They were going to give him a degree.
Oh, how?
Uh-huh.
How you gonna give him a degree? Just make
They're
well, you know
professors. They're professors there.
what? Right.
They're professors at the inner city studies.
I gotta look up inner city studies.
Well, did you hear what I'm saying?
Yes. So
What,
basically, they're gonna pay the professor to graduate him
yes,
with a
they can
degree.
fix it. And then Pat Dow now got Omideli on her staff.
Wow, with a degree. With a degree that was paid for.
No, no, I don't know if he's a consultant or what, but he works for. And then he had money. He was indicted too.
Everybody in that. That's everybody in
All of
that.
them are crooked. Did you? I'm talking about Omideli went to prison.
I gotta look up who Armadillo is. I don't know who Armadillo is.
His name was Parrish, and then Bogovich went.
Yeah, I know Bogovic.
Well, did you know Omideli used to come by when I lived on Dearborn and pick me up and take me to all these banks. I didn't know why he was taking. They were dropping off laundry money, and when they well, and when they had the taste of Chicago, I would go down to protest. See, I was very naive. Look, and on my dad said, George, I say, what on the, take this shirt off. I say, oh my dad, we can't take this shirt off. We have to protest the taste of Chicago. Black folks not over there cooking and everything. He said, take it off. See what these activists do. They make up T-shirts, look, and everything, and he's paid. I didn't know that. They got actors that go down to City Hall, go down to school board,
That's what they think I'm doing.
and put on a hat. You understand? This is this notorious for Chicago. He said, George. I said, well, he said, come on, let's go. I said, we can't go. We got to stay out here and protest the taste of Chicago. He said, take off my shirt. So I was in the midst when he would come and pick me up because I was so involved to see a young man moving up. I thought that's the same, he bullshitted me just like Tyrone. I was,
I think y'all, you and Tyrone gotta talk.
no, I'm saying, look, when I think that you are reformed and think you're doing something, I will support you because I believe in you. And he would come to me. I said, you can run for the mayor. Look, I'm telling on my dad, you can run for the mayor. And I told him, I said, they won't let me up. They won't let me up. I've been protesting so long, young lady. They won't let me up in the state of Illinois because they was having illegals up there getting things, turning people in like on the job. You understand? They don't even belong on the job. They going up to protest that they stealing their wages and stuff. So they,
And the state.
yes, the state. So the state say we don't want George Blakemore coming back up there. And so well, when he got in, Omideli got in, Omideli said, I'm gonna get you where you can go back to the state. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. It's just like when they put you out. I've been through this years. Well, the message you talking about the court, but Bogovich, the people love Bogovich because he gave all the seniors rights. Look,
Gave all the seniors right.
yes. Didn't you hear about Bogovich? He gave them all CTA. The people loved him.
Yeah, people said they did like him.
So I go back a long ways, young lady, that I got so much history. I know these snakes, and today they had Mary up. Maybe I can do something to make it.
I don't know. Why don't you find that person, Robert? I don't know. Stop asking me where she's at. I have no idea where she's at. Miss
look.
Jessica Jackson. Do you know where Miss Jessica is?
No.
Okay, because
Okay.
they always ask.
Yes, but look, I saw Mary, the one with the dread, playing on her phone, looking at Facebook, Well, when these policemen, are y'all out there in Facebook land, and the superintendent of policemen and all, when y'all, when they check in, you give them a police phone, but don't let that police phone where they can play on it and do Facebook on it. If they supposed to be watching the people, they up there doing so. Uh, if, if I could, is there any way that you can set up Superintendent Smell? Is there any way that you can set those phones up that they cannot be used like an iPhone? Because when you go, I don't feel safe. Because when I go downtown and I see them on their phone, they supposed they supposed to be watching the people. They down there doing what I do. Look, so
We gotta go. We gotta
look,
go.
you understand? They supposed to be watching the people. They up there watching Facebook.
You got any last words before we go?
Well, I'm asking you, so do you? Can't you see how you might find that petty, but can't you see how
You probably
something
got
can
a
be happening right there? They got to be alert.
supervisor. Tell a supervisor.
Well, can't they get the phone that will not bring Facebook on it? A phone just,
Yeah, or they maybe not supposed to download it.
huh?
I don't. They may have to not be able to download it.
Do you? And you might be smiling and think this is petty, but if I'm
No, I'm
down on
saying you're
Michigan
gonna have
Avenue,
to go.
they supposed to be looking for pickpocket, looking around, being alert.
These people. These are the. This is the worst
This
generation.
is the worst city.
Yeah, they're the
Can you
worst to ever
believe it?
do it. This is the worst to ever do it. We are like I tell you, it need a revamp of everything. I said this. I said both parties suck. We need a. Our law enforcement is terrible.
Oh,
Our food is
the
terrible.
court
We don't
system
have
is
no
further.
leadership. People mad at me because of what because I'm trying to just figure out where our money
And you
is.
say the food is terrible.
The food is
Well,
there. Everything
okay,
is processed.
okay. This is why I'm so scared that the pharmaceutical company
Yeah,
is so powerful with those pills and stuff that the natural way for me to heal my ulcer or something, they don't do that. They just peel it. These pills, the pharmaceutical company
This
is
lady said we
corrupt.
got to drink beet juice every day. I think we need to drink beet juice every day.
I'm
and
trying to
cucumber
do
juice.
everything.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. She's 76. She said that they was having her on these pills, and she said she don't take no pills. All she do is drink beet juice every day, and cucumber juice with a little bit of lime before she goes to bed. So it cleans her
It
system.
cleans up, yeah. Well, I'm gonna try that because I'm scared. All them old pills they give me, and my boo boo be black, but prostrate. But
We
you know,
got it.
I'm gonna leave this with the people, for the old men. As you get old, uh, shit, doo doo happen to the old men, and I guess the women it happens to them. They have not found a cure for cancer, but all the signs and everything. You have to eat healthy,
Be healthy
herb,
and in moderation.
yes.
And Mr. Gregory said, don't ever get on blood pressure medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
But
said,
Dick Gregory was a follower of Dr. Sadie, wasn't he?
I don't know. I never really talked about Dr. Savy like that. I think they were two different. I think they both.
But Dick Gregory was into the health.
Yeah, he was. He was like that.
But you don't think he was a follower of Dr. Sadie.
No, I think they both were doing their own thing.
So what you say, you always bring up Dick Gregory. What you say, he was something like a father image to you.
Yeah, I did 4 years. I felt like I went to school with him 4 years, Dick Gregory College. He taught me a lot too. That's what I'm saying. Like, but you know one thing I will never forget?
What?
He always say save myself. So when I'm in this fight, I'm fighting for me. And I want and anybody that wants to come, then let's go. But I'm not gonna stop and try to explain to you the obvious. Like right now, this man is on Capitol Hill fighting for us for the 14th Amendment right. I don't care to talk about, well, he need to do it like this and he need to do it like that. Why don't you get
Well, explain the 14th Amendment to the people.
I've already done the thing about it, but the 14th Amendment is the amendment that is one. It's the 13th, 14th, and 15th
15th
Amendment.
Amendment now.
Those are our Freedmen Amendments.
Okay.
So after the Civil War,
Yes.
we were given those
We never got these.
ratified.
Yeah, I'm talking about they did not do what they said they was going to do.
Well, no.
The
Well,
13th, 14th,
what happened
and
was
15th.
what happened was they blew what's the name? Abe Lincoln brains out.
Yes,
And then who got in there? Andrew Johnson, bitch ass,
yes,
who took everything away. A Democrat.
yes.
A Democrat never cared about us. Even the first 14, the 4,
13,
the 4,
14,
14,
15.
yeah, no, but the first 14 presidents were Democrats. It took Abe Lincoln to give, even though people say, oh, he's racist, it doesn't matter. The fact that it was him, the fact that it was a Republican, regardless, right? Then they blow his brains out. And then Andrew Johnson comes in and takes everything away as usual, per usual. And then we're back to square one. And then it goes, then you follow the race riots. The same thing. We have our thing. The government comes and drops bombs on us. Nothing, no one never, we don't get any economic repair, no resources, none of that.
Yeah, but they.
And it's a cycle, but the cycle keeps going. This time we ain't going no more. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like the cycle ain't going. Like this is mathematics. Like this is like nobody ain't playing no more. Like there's no, like the Democratic Party ain't getting the fuck back in, because that's the problem. It's not. It's Democratic Party. Y'all can. It's it. But black people, black freedmen, we have to rise up. We have to get up, start going to these meetings, start getting these budgets,
Getting
start talking to
involved.
our elders.
Yes.
Start going down to D.C., going to those meetings, to the Senate meetings, the Congress meetings, the congressional
But
meetings.
do you think the reason they're not doing it because they're doing what you're doing right now, going live? Sometimes you need your body and soul present.
But they can do it both. The problem is,
You can't sit home with the movement like that.
no, you can't. But
you have to get
people hit us up all the time. Prime example, we got over 200 volunteers. We just waiting. It got so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like it happened so fast. So now we're organizing. We're mobilizing.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? But it happened so fast. You understand? Like Trump wasn't supposed to get in there. They for sure knew. They spent they bet $1 billion on an Indian woman that she was going to get in there. It was a whole, like 17 million set out. That 17 million was the movement
But
right
we
there to
still
start the
have,
movement.
we still have black people that hates, that still want to support the Democrats.
Yes, but those people, but it's not going to be that many, because you just got to make them. I do as many lives or as much information as I can. I don't mind arguing. See, that's the problem too. A lot of
Yeah,
people
but do you think your lives are affected?
I think they're effective for the ones who get it.
Yeah, but how can they be so effective? And you looked at what went on today when nobody there but you and I.
People gotta work.
Oh, you think it's all
Yes.
timing? You think it's all time?
Who gonna be at if you work Monday through Friday? How you gonna stop? How you gonna step out? And go, a lot of people are watching the meetings of virtual.
Yeah, but why? That's why they should demand to have them in a time where the mass can be present.
I'm trying to tell you, we gotta register them to vote. At this point, I can give them the information. You see what I'm saying? We need to get them to vote. We need to have them register as, y'all gotta register as Republicans, because they got this thing here to try to say, well, you don't have to, it's bipartisan, so you don't have to declare. Yes, you do. Yes, the fuck you do. Like, I'm tired of them saying that. Bill says that a lot. So you don't have to declare a party. Yes, in Chicago.
Who
yes,
is Bill?
Anthony Bill. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
You have to declare, because if not, they're gonna keep giving that Democratic ballot.
That's right.
And no, so you have to. So that's what I'm on. I'm on that. I'm on talking to our young people. I'm not having no conversations with no people who can actually they're middle-aged adults, can actually get the fuck up and do something. I don't have time for them. I have time for the kids. I have the ones who see it's a problem. They don't know where. They have misdirected anger out here. They don't know who it is. Is it the police? Nah, it's the police, but it's not even the police. It's y'all fucking government.
That's right, the government
Yeah, the government got us
allows
fucked up.
them to do that.
Yeah. So that's my mission, Mr. Blakemore.
Okay.
So
Well,
we're
I'm
doing
so
this next week, same time. Well, we're gonna find a time. We're gonna find a better place. So we're getting an office space. So we get the office space for us to do our content. A person donated office space to us. See?
okay now show me one more. Don't show me. Maybe I need to come. Maybe I need to
is it-
sit on. You think I should end it? End it you showing me or what?
What about your ex? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
wait a minute.
Mr. Blakemore is on X, y'all. Okay, he can't go live on his Facebook until October 23rd, 2025. So
He'll be posting on X.
so he will be posting on X. He's new.
Okay.
to X.
And what do I do now?
All right. So his name on X is George Blakemore, Mr. G. Blakemore. Okay, that's him. Okay, he will be going live every couple of times.
Okay,
he got 27 followers right now.
Right, she's
Press the
telling
plus
me
sign.
the plus sign,
Uh-huh.
all right, and say what's happening. No, I press the
Plus
plus
sign.
sign,
And you remember the
then I
4?
go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Okay, then I say
Live.
start live.
Yeah.
All right.
Say what's
Now,
up.
now, what's up, Zoe?
What's
How
up,
you
Mr.
doing?
Blakemore?
See the young lady right here. Now, you told me also how to. Oh, it said go live.
Go live.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
go
punching go live. Okay, I'm punching go live, and you see Zoe right here. Now Zoe is teaching me.
I'll repost it, Miss Diane on X. I actually posted a couple of hours ago, but I'll repost it again with this link. But it's Mr. G. Blakemore.
George Blakemore, and then what? When I wanted to turn to me, I turned that middle one.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I see me.
And
And then if I want to turn it back to Zoe, I put this.
yep.
Okay.
You
So,
see me?
Yeah. So Zoe, I really have enjoyed.
And
She has
Cynthia
patience.
Brown says she loves your artwork and she will see you in the summer. You are absolutely correct.
And she's training me and telling me, but I knew I had 6,000 people on Facebook, and they so many people by me being old and illiterate, they put up phony pages about me, and so that's how they got me off. So they put up phony pages, and Zoe is showing me how to use X. So I think she gets a little upset because, you know, I'm not a quick learner.
No, I'm not. I don't get
Yeah.
upset.
See
with
me?
you. I just helped you.
All right, man, look at
I
here.
think you need to do some. I got to teach you how to do the spaces. I think you'll like a space too.
Space, what is that?
It's like audio. It's like you can set up a space like one-on-one with Mr. Blakemore, and you can be in there talking, and people
Okay,
can
well,
come and listen to.
I don't see anybody on my page yet.
We gotta go.
Huh?
We gotta go. Yeah. Thank you. All right, we gotta go.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. We'll be back next week.